Um, I'm going to also read off some information that I got from a publication called Business Record. I don't have that publication in hand to show you, but it does say there's an article from the October 25th issue of Business Record, which is their office is located in downtown Des Moines, right near the railroad tracks, and it's on page 4 of that publication. Iowa ranks number 12 in energy efficiency ratings. 12 out of 50, which is great. Iowa ties for number 12 in the American Council for an Energy Efficient Economy. That's ACEEE rankings. We're up from number 18 last year. We're ninth for utility policies, eighth for building code, ninth for state government initiatives, which were some of those that I just read off. Iowa is one of 50 states that have energy efficient standards and benchmarks for state buildings, including energy audits and tracking of energy use. And so numbers don't lie. The fact that we're so highly ranked in the nation means that all eyes are on us. Our energy policies, our job creation policies, our state initiatives, the way we respond to changing economic climates in terms of older industries moving out or relocating out of state or out of the country, and then how we fill those gaps. And I think Iowa has done a great job of doing that. And before we sell ourselves short, we should really make sure we know what we're selling. We've been doing pretty good in terms of maintaining ourselves in a tough economy, but then also at the same time growing new industries and doing that 180 or 90 degree turn in response to the economic climate. Nice. Okay, this other piece of information comes from the Iowa Department of Economic Development. And they actually, let you look at that real quick. It's from their office. And they're talking about advanced manufacturing, the benefits of working in Iowa. Iowa's strengths for manufacturing, they include quality workforce, geographic location, presence of national and multinational advanced manufacturing firms, some of those I just named off, family-friendly environment, a high quality and responsive community college system, tradition of inter-firm collaboration, and history of invention and product innovation. And actually, I'm going to put this back on the camera because some of those firms I didn't read off are listed here. Pella, Alcoa, Vermeer, Rockwell Collins, and let's see if I can do the last one. Winnebago and John Deere. So good job information. We did have elections here, like everyone else. However, the purpose of Blue.Green.Fusion is on public affairs and public policy, not necessarily politics, although sometimes it is unavoidable. The way I see it, politicians come and go, but issues always remain. Yeah, the purpose of this show is definitely blue-collar jobs for a green economy, green energy, and also including in the green economy food issues, energy, transportation, water, and waste. And so we've talked about food, energy, transportation. We still have yet to talk about stormwater management, waste management, things like sustainable agriculture, so many issues. And so those are going to be further down the line. Next week's show is going to be dwelling on energy efficiency, but the others we're definitely going to get to, as the other issues we're going to get to as well. Okay. So Terry Branstad was elected governor of Iowa. He was the former governor of Iowa during the 80s and 90s. He ran again and he won. Terry Branstad, we actually had the best. Well, I was actually a student in Iowa public schools while Terry Branstad was governor, and Iowa was very, very highly ranked for education. In fact, we set the standard for education during that time. Something happened on the way to the teachers' lounge, and I'm really hoping that Governor-elect Branstad can kind of figure that out for us and get us back on top. And of course, we all have to do our parts too. He's also pro-business. He's admittedly pro-business, and he ran as a pro-business candidate. That means tax breaks, incentives, and subsidies to stimulate job creation. And I think that's fine as long as those incentives and tax breaks and subsidies actually do create jobs. We've been seeing some disturbing trends where supposedly our economy is actually in recovery, but the unemployment is remaining at the same figure. It's not, improving or lessening. So it's kind of, I don't know what it's going to take. Maybe some strategic focus on some industries, or maybe working both sides of that issue, not just business, but also paying attention to labor. I do believe that when it comes to economic growth, government, labor, and business have to be in a very healthy balance in order for things to move forward. But what I do know also is that Governor-elect Branstad is not ignorant of renewable energy issues. And the reason why I know this is because I did my homework, and I actually went back to Green Tech Media. It's a site online that you can Google. They had an article up there from April 28th of this year. And I'll just read the quote that I drew from that article. In 1983, Iowa enacted its Alternate Energy Production Law, essentially the first U.S. Renewable Electricity Standard, or RES. The law required the state's two regulated utilities to obtain 105 megawatts of renewable energy. The legislation lacked enforcement provisions, however, as did the 2001 voluntary mandate requiring the state to build 1,000 megawatts of wind capacity by 2010. But both were ahead of their time and pointed the way to today's achievements. And this is true, and this is great, that Terry Branstad actually laid the blueprint in 1983 for wind energy and other renewable energy sources here in Iowa, and that Tom Vilsack picked that up in 2001, and then Chet Culver actually brought that to fruition with the great development of wind energy resources here in the state of Iowa, and which is why we're number 2 in the entire United States. The only state that has a speed is Texas, and I gotta say, Texas, look out. Okay. And then also, I would say that Governor-elect Branstad is not willfully indifferent to renewable energy either. I picked up his quote from the October 28th Des Moines Register. This is his words. When I was governor before, we passed a renewable energy standard, which has been copied in 28 states. We really became a leader in ethanol, biodiesel, and wind energy. Today, we see some challenges because of roadblocks that have been placed in the way by things like the EPA. If we could get the blend wall raised, get the tax credit extended for ethanol and biodiesel, I think there is great opportunity. And this is important, that he's acknowledging the importance of renewable energy to the state of Iowa as a significant part of Iowa's economy and economic growth, and the fact that it's very crucial that we develop those emergent technology and energy resources, especially in terms of job creation, where we've had older, more traditional industries leaving our state, being replaced by these new industries. And then even also the full participation of our farmers driving renewable energy in terms of biofuels and then wind. I think that's wonderful. I admit that I was concerned because Governor-elect Branstad did not attend the Renewable Fuel Summit last January. However, it sounds like he is at least providing a fair hearing to the possibilities of renewable fuel.